Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Wine Sessions in My Dining Room. My name is Maya Gosselin. I'm the owner of Sip Wine Education, and the theme of today's episode is a very important one, Mother's Day. It's coming right up in a few days, and if you are shopping for something for the mom in your life, I'm going to tell you right now, she would like wine. I have an array of beautiful wines that I've selected for today, so I will start off with this beautiful one here. This is Charles Heidsieck Brut Reserve Champagne. So just to clarify, the term champagne applies to wines that come from the actual AOC of Champagne, France. The term is used loosely, I think, but in fact, you can't call any sparkling wine, you cannot call it champagne unless it came from there, was grown under the laws and regulations and produced according to their standards. There's no such thing as an American or an Italian champagne, just to set the record straight. This beautiful Brut, meaning dry, Reserve is a blend of Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier. It's just luscious, beautiful looking right there. Scrumptious. I can use all kinds of adjectives. When I take a sip, I get an immediate aroma of almost maybe cake or brioche with vanilla in there, pear, honey, and a little bit of plum. That is indulgent and lovely. And if you were to give your mom this on Mother's Day, I promise you, you will be the favorite child. This is a half bottle. It's in the $30 to $35 price point. It does come in a full bottle as well. And that price is probably $65 to $70. So moving along to Austria, I have a lovely Grüner Veltliner, the Proch. This is from Niederösterreich, which is Lower Austria. Grüner Veltliner is the name of the grape. It's sort of the signature white wine that Austria produces. It's very fresh, clean, and I think of it as a spring wine. It's definitely something that calls to mind green. Grün means green. So when you take a sip of this, you get a little bit of a vegetal note in there, herbal maybe, and a little bit of spice. So this is beautiful with vegetarian dishes, maybe asparagus, grilled asparagus, but also a vegetable casserole. In terms of meat, I would say a nice spring ham or a grilled chicken. It would be lovely. And this is a liter. So a liter is a regular size bottle plus a glass, so always a little more bang for your buck. And the price on this, I'd say, is probably in the $13 to $16 range. Going back over to France, to the Loire Valley, which is one of my favorite regions for wines in general. This is the La Petite Perrier. The Loire is famous for its Sancerre, which is, if it's white, is always Sauvignon Blanc. But in general, they produce beautiful Sauvignon Blanc as a varietal. This is identified by its grape name on the label. It comes from the Central Loire. So I call this sort of a baby Sancerre. It doesn't have the same appellation of origin assigned to it, but it has a lot in common with the Sancerre, but not at the price point. This is really refreshing. There is a lot of that classic minerality in here that the Loire is famous for. A little bit of melon, a little bit of pear in there, I think, sort of some nice fruity notes to it. This is beautiful with goat cheese, maybe bruschetta, any kind of spring foods. If you were going on a picnic, this would be absolutely perfect. And the beautiful part about this is that baby Sancerre aspect. You get, again, kind of all the quality without the price tag. So Sancerres can, for good reason, be very expensive. This is in the $10 to $13 price point, and it has a beautiful twist off to it. So again, that wine will stay fresh for longer, but this wine will go fast, trust me. So hopping over to my rosé pick for the day, this is the Minuti Prestige Rosé. So Minuti makes a couple of different rosés in their range. However, this one is newly available in the United States. This is from all estate-grown grapes, Grenache, Cinsault, Syrah, primary in the blend, and this is from the Côte de Provence. Something I've noticed that as rosés have grown in popularity, and we're all very familiar with them, of course, overall the quality tends to go down sometimes. So I've become a little bit more reserved in my selections. I don't just go for anything just because it's pink. This one is stunning. This is dry, elegant, and silky. It has a little bit of melon again in there, and then some red fruits. There's a little bit of floral on the nose. This is beautiful. You don't need to put, you can put this with food, you can put this with anything. You can just drink this by itself. I sort of think of rosés as just one of those beautiful, nice spring afternoon, summer's day wines, and this one absolutely is a gem. The price point on this, again, this is all estate grown for the grapes, is in the $26 to $30 range, so it's a little bit more money, but this is worth it, and so is your mom. So moving over to, I have two beautiful reds for today. This is the Juliana Beaujolais from 90 Plus Cellars. This is a reserve from their reserve series. Beaujolais is an appellation. It's not the name of the grape. I think we sort of instantly associate the term Beaujolais with the sort of young, sweet, jammy red wines. That's not true. That's the Beaujolais Nouveau. This is one of 10 cru that are actually in Beaujolais. Gamay is the name of the grape, and Beaujolais is sort of south of the very most southern tip of Burgundy. It's removed geographically. This is a beautiful spring and summer wine. Let me just take a little sip of this. Ooh, gorgeous. In here, there's a lot of black fruit and blueberry, a little bit of earthiness, and a little bit of chocolate. So you might say there was a little truffle in there as well. This is beautiful with grilled meats. Something about Beaujolais that I have found I love is if you put a little bit of a chill on it, especially on a nice warm day, not too chilled, but a little bit of a chill, it's beautiful, and it goes really nicely with grilled foods in general, and also cheeses too for this one. So this is just, it's light, it is fresh, and it's just like I said, it's a gorgeous example of a Beaujolais, the Juliana from 90 Plus Cellars. And then to my final red for the day, this is one that's super fun to say, Valpolicella from Zenato. So Valpolicella is in Veneto. It's usually a blend. The primary grape here is Corvina. This is medium bodied and dry. In this one, Valpolicellas are known for having a bit of tart cherry component to them, notes in there, as well as plum. This one also definitely has a little bit of chocolate and a little bit of vanilla in there too. Certainly any kind of charcuterie, cheeses as well, grilled meats also. Price points for these two, this is probably in the $16 to $18 price point, and then the Zenato Valpolicella is in the $13 to $16. So everything here is, for the most part, under $30, so you could certainly go for a couple for your mom if you wanted to. That does it for today's episode. If you are enjoying watching my channel here, I would ask you to please like the video and do follow me on YouTube under Sip Wine Education. And thank you so much. Check back soon for another video. Happy Mother's Day.